Oh, hello everyone. So, welcome back to our class. Today we are going to continue with our topic of matrices. So, now please turn your notebook to page 58 first. Okay, very good. So, let's begin. Okay, so what are the lesson objectives for today is that you'll be able to recognize the relationship between matrix multiplication and identity, and then you're able to solve unknown values using matrix multiplication. Okay, so as usual, our subtopic will to be matrix multiplication. Okay, so last week we have learned that what is matrix multiplication and how can you solve them. So let's recap back that one, okay? So matrix multiplications. So how can we solve matrix multiplication? First, for example, you look at here, there's two matrices, matrix A multiplied with matrix B. The first step that you need to do is that you have to write down the order of the matrix. Okay, so for example, for matrix A you have order of m by n, and then matrix B you have n by p. So from here you'll see that the middle number, or we call that the column for A, is equal to the row of B is equal. So if it is equal, it means that this multiplication is valid. So we can write the order of the matrix C, which is the product, to be, we take the row M by P. Okay, so this is the matrix of the order of matrix C. So let's try some examples. Let's look at the example. So we have these two matrices together. So we have 2 by 2 matrix and 2 by 2 matrix. So you look at the middle part. Okay, so you look at the middle number. So as you can see, the middle number is equal. So if it's equal, it means that the product for these two matrices, the order should be 2 by 2. So next step is that it's easier for you to write down the position. So since 2 by 2 matrix, we have 4 number here. So the first one should be row 1, column 1, the position, and then row 2, column 2, row 1, column 2, and then row 2, column 2. So after you write down the position, then you can just simply multiply. So the first number, if you want to find the value for the first number, it is row 1, column 1. So meaning row 1 of the matrix 1 multiply with column 1. So you can just A times P, then we add B times Q. Or if you want to find row 1, column 2, so row 1 multiply with column 2. As easy as that, okay? So that's happen if we have two equal matrix. So what if it's different? Okay, let's see here. We have 3 by 2 matrix, and then we have 2 by 1 matrix, but the middle number is equal. So if it's equal, the product of the matrix will be 3 by 1 matrix. So next, you just write down the position. We have row 1, column 1, row 2, column 1, and row 3, column 1. Okay, so next, since it is already, the position already written down, okay, so we can say that if you want to find the value for the first one, meaning to say that row 1 times with column 1. If you want to find the value for the second number, will be row 2 times with column 1. Alright? Okay, so next. So let's recap back on the question 3. So previously we have already asked you to solve question 3, right? Okay. So once you solve already, okay, you have to solve, since matrix question A will be matrix A bracket matrix B multiply with matrix C. Since we have this situation, following the order of operation, we have to work out those number inside the bracket first. So we multiply matrix B with C first. Okay. So first we write down of the matrix. If it's equal, then we write down the matrix for the product. So this is the position: row 1 column 1, row 2 column 1, row 1 column 2, and row 2 column 2. Okay, next, how do we multiply this matrix? Okay, let's see. The first value, you want to find this one, row 1 column 1. So row 1 multiply with column 1. So you get this number. So what? Negative 1 times 2 plus 1 times 5. So next you want to find the second one, row 1 column 2. So row 1 multiply with column 2. Okay, so I'll get this value. And next we want to find row 2, because row 1 we already find the values. So first, row 2 multiply with column 1. You get this one, and the next one, row 2 multiply with column 2, which is this one. You get this value. So once you already write down like this, you have to evaluate. So you'll get the matrix will be 3, 1, and negative 1, 3. Alright, so we already find the matrix for BC. Next, we continue. Since we have matrix A multiply with matrix B and C, we have to put the number in order also. So matrix A multiply with matrix B and C. So as usual, we write down the order of the matrix. If it's equal, then this is the order of the matrix for the result. So next, we have to find the first number here. Okay, you get this one, and then you want to find second value. You get this one, and then row 1 already done, tick. And then we find row 2 again for column 1, and then row 2 for column 2. Okay, then you'll get this value. Everyone got the same value as teacher? Yes or no? If no, please double check your working. Okay, so next, so you already multiply matrix A multiply with bracket matrix B and C. Now you can change the grouping. So now you can multiply matrix A with B first, and then you can multiply with matrix C. Okay, let's see what happened for that. Okay, so you work out those matrices inside the bracket first. Very good, everyone. Good. You write down the order of the matrix. If it's equal, yes, and then you'll get this matrix. Everyone get the same one? Yes or no? Okay, so next, the answer you'll get is this one for matrix A multiply with B. Okay, remember this number. Okay, so next you take this number and multiply with matrix C. Okay, so you'll get, okay, so you get this matrix. So if you observe that this matrix is actually the same with the answer for this one, it's the same, right? Okay, so if it's the same, meaning to say that, okay, if matrix A bracket matrix B multiply with matrix C is equal to bracket matrix A multiply with matrix B times with C, if it's equal, it means that matrix multiplication is associative. Associative meaning is that grouping. So we have matrix A, B, and C. So you can multiply BC first, and then A, or B first, and then multiply with C. That is what we call associative. Okay, so let's recap back. Matrix multiplication is not commutative. What is commutative means, class? Okay, pause this video and I want you to search what is commutative. Okay, next, commutative meaning is that position. Okay, position of A, B. So for example, matrix A multiply with B is not equal when you multiply matrix B with A because it's changing the position. However, matrix multiplication is associative. Associative means grouping. You don't change the position, but you just group which matrix you do first. Okay. Okay, so next we're going to do the fourth question, which is identity. So what happened if matrix multiplication we multiply with an identity? Identity is like this: 1 1 0 0. Okay, so now pause this video and I want you to find the value of matrix identity multiply with matrix A. Okay. Okay, have you done it, class? Good. So let's check your working. So your answer should be matrix 1, 2, 4, and 6. Everyone got the same? Yes? Okay. As you can see, if you look at here, this matrix is actually the same with matrix A. Why is that? I want you to think about that, okay? Okay, let's try the second one. Find matrix A multiply with identity. Okay, class, have you done it already? How did you find the values already? Okay, let's see if it's the same. So you have, okay, you write down first the matrix and then you put multiply, and your answer should be this matrix. If you look at here, this matrix is actually the same with this one. So what does it mean with the identity? Okay, so we can say that when identity multiply with a matrix is equal to when matrix multiply with identity, and the answer will be the value of matrix of A or B or C. Okay, so maksud teacher, for example, when identity multiply with matrix B is equal to when matrix B multiply with identity, the result will be matrix B. Okay, can be matrix C, A, D. As long as it multiply with identity, the answer should be the matrix itself. Alright, so that is the relationship between identity and matrix multiplication. So now we're going to learn on the next one, solving unknowns. So you already learned on how to solve unknowns using the equal matrices, addition and subtraction of matrix, as well as scalar multiplication. So now we're going to solve unknowns using matrix multiplication. So the step will be the same like you do matrix multiplication. So given that matrix A, you have this one multiply with this one is equal to this matrix. Find the value of P and Q. Okay, first we write down the matrix first. Okay, since this matrix multiplication, let's see the order of the matrix is equal or not. So we have the order should be 2 by 1. Yes, correct. 2 rows and 1 column. Okay, next you pause this video and then I want you to solve this unknown first before teacher told you the answer. Okay, I assume everyone get the answer already. Alright, so let's continue. So once you multiply these two matrices together, you'll get like this one. So this matrix is equal to the product of this matrix. So how we can solve this? We can solve this matrix using equal matrices. Good. So let's see, means that 6 minus P is equal to 3. So you solve what is P, which is 9. Next, 6 plus 4P is equal to 9Q. Once you solve it, you'll get Q is equal to 2. So that is how you solve unknown values using matrix multiplication. Alright, so now if you have any question, you can ask teacher. Alright, thank you very much.